Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers, and I begin with The Punch. The major headline here says, Atiku, PDP, De Wike, Makinde begin campaigns Wednesday. Lamido, Olafeso, Momodu, other heavyweights back party, preach peace. PDP Governors Forum to meet Ayu. Atiku, Okowa, say Tambuwal, Wagbara. Right, you find the details on the front page of the Punch newspaper. All right, all the details on the front page of the Punch newspaper. All right, to the leadership newspaper now. 5 days to campaign. FG Atiku set tone for political fireworks. Lai Mohammed accuses ex-VP of copying PMB's economic playbook. You lied. Apologize to Nigerians. PDP flag bearer tells minister, keep campaign within extant laws. Inspector General of Police warns politicians. You'll find the details on the front page of the leadership newspaper. And to the first news newspaper now. Adamant, we are not leaving PDP. We'll fight from within. Wike says we won't back down on our demands. I'll expose characters in PDP disguising as national leaders today. Wike is speaking there. You find the details on the front page of the first newspaper. To the blueprints now. Exclusive, steer clear of APC. Face your problem. Kiyamo tells Wike, says Agric security, infrastructure, poverty reduction, top Tinubu's agenda. All right, all of the details on the front page of the blueprints. To the business day now. Economist Intelligence Unit predicts Tinubu's victory, says Atiku has more cause to worry. All right, all the details on the front page of the business day. To the Nigerian News Direct now. Osun Gubar election. INEC admits errors in results declared. Exclusive. Justifies reasons for two conflicting BVAS report. There, Kemi.
All right, over now to this Nigeria, where the big story is on the ongoing onslaught by the Nigerian armed forces against terrorist groups. It says now that the Nigerian Air Force jets bomb multiple terrorist enclaves, killing scores, and troops also reportedly recover more than 1,000 barrels of crude oil and others in 2 weeks. It goes on to say that the military is closing on a certain terrorist financier who is said to be in the person of one Alhaji Abubakar. That's according to the Defense Headquarters. Details of this story, of this report in this Nigeria. We check out Daily Trust now. President Buhari to investors saying capital inflow are a major challenge. According to the NNPC's chief now, that's Mele Kyari, he is said to have said that categorize our stolen crude as blood oil. That's according to Mele Kyari on Daily Trust. Nigeria needs help to tackle debt burden. That's according to the president of the African Development Bank, Akinwumi Adesina. We check out Saudi Gazette now, which is the final paper this hour. Riyadh launches astronaut program to send first Saudi woman into space in the year 2023. That's Saudi Arabia now launching astronaut program to send its first Saudi woman into space come the year 2023. Interesting news there from the Saudi Gazette. Over now to Vero.
Absolutely. Let's begin with some stories leading up to the campaigns. And we're still looking at Wike, the man who's causing ripples within the PDP. He's, according to the first newspaper, adamant. Wike is being adamant, and he's saying he's not leaving the PDP. He's going to fight from within. And a lot of persons from the reports this morning have asked for peace, called for peace. Let there be just some peace and let's move on. The PDP has said they are going on with their campaigns, so they're pulling out has got nothing on them, basically.
Well, they held a meeting, that is the Wike group, a couple of days ago, and
yes,
they came out with their own resolution that they are saying no, or what the Russians used to say, yet
Yeah.
to the Atiku and IU group. You know, it was you know, enter Makinde, enter Ikpeazu, enter Bode George, enter Makinde, enter
Autumn? Is Autumn not there?
Enter
Benue State.
Autumn, exit compromise.
Because
That's what you have.
That seems to be boosted or bolstered by the day.
It is either they are going to go into the election a divided force, or they still have to look for somebody, an important person with an avuncular image, a peacemaker, who can act like what Macron is doing now in Europe. You know, you're an ally of the United States, but you're independent of the United States. This is a tradition they got all the way from Charles de Gaulle, where I can be for you, but I'm so strong that I can oppose you without you seeing any malice in me. And that is what the role that Udom Emmanuel, governor of Akwa Ibom, is trying to play. I mean, he made a statement yesterday. He said that what people have said, what people have promised, they should abide by them. You know what he's saying? And again, given this idea that, you know, Atiku was saying that it was the law says something, we must follow the law. You know, Udom said something. He said, he was quoting a place in the Bible, I think 1 Corinthians 6:12, when he says, all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. So it's not always the law that you have to follow, because there are facts. There are facts. If you don't follow the facts, you get faction. That's what they have now. Without facts, we have faction. And we don't bond. If you don't bond, you have bands. Right. And then you have bandits in the party. You know, so you have problems. You have to decide whether you want to solve the problem or not. You know they're following the law. When Atiku is talking about following the law now, was there not law during the time he was running for primaries? The law about zoning. He said, no, let's put aside the law of zoning. Let's open it. Now it's time for the party chairman to step down. Now you remember now that there's law.
But the big question now would be how, if it gets to that point, has gotten to the point anyway that Yoche Ayu has been asked to leave, but if indeed that's what every member of PDP says now, how is it going to be? And how do you even get all members to have a say? They say it can only be by way of a special Congress. Yes. Is that likely to happen now
in this short period?
Yes,
no,
in this
I've always
period,
said that there has to
if
be
you choose
trust
to suspend
first.
the
there has to be suspicion. You know, as we said about the case between ASU and the federal government. If there's no suspicion, the party can tag along and say, oh, this is a special arrangement. Let us all agree as gentlemen, and then we'll move on. But these people have not reached that stage. There's suspicion. When there's suspicion, there's nothing that can go on. It's like a couple in the house. When one suspects the other, even the pillow you want to sleep, but you don't know whether I don't put something inside the pillow. So when you go there, you just from there go, or something like that.
So you just avoid it and
I just avoid it, and so on. So the fight is there. I used to have a pastor, and they said between two couples. He said if there is trouble between them, one steps one forward, say, well, why did you put your leg there? Why did you not put your leg there? But if there is peace with you, they say, put your leg there, mash my leg, sir. Make you pass.
Everything gets to you.
It is sweet that time. Even if you slap me, I say, slap me again.
But how this will not be...
How this is going to pan out, because the judge is already speaking that Atiku's response to even Wike's talks about pulling out is depressing. And you are seeing some other person saying, okay,
not encouraging at all.
And they are saying, okay, we'll meet, the PDP Governors Forum is going to meet with Wike later today, as is being reported. And I wonder what difference that will make, if they can that can change anything. We know, as it is often said, even an hour is a lot when it comes to issues like this.
You know, we said,
but then,
we said the other time that when they first met, they said it was the breaking of ice. Then I asked, if you break the ice, is there a melting of ice?
right.
if the
Perhaps
ice
they'll
does
be
not
able to
melt,
achieve that later today. Perhaps they'll be able to achieve that later today. When
well,
they
I know
meet.
yesterday I talked about a journey of no return. It will be really a miracle, a PDP miracle. It will be the miracle of the year.
Yeah.
Especially
If they're able
since,
to
as
resolve it.
seen as
Atiku
Wike
has
has
said that today he's going to release some other bombshells.
That's
Wike, yes, sorry,
Wike, right. But
He's
in the
going to
midst of
release
that,
some
Wike
bombshells.
has said he's not leaving the party. So
Yeah.
maybe that might be the green light for the meeting of today.
No.
That he's not leaving the party, whatever, unlike people that stayed, that ran
Left.
while he was
But
there.
he's fighting from within,
He's
which
saying
makes
that
it
he will
worse,
stay.
as far as I'm
Well,
concerned.
it depends on how you look at it. It might also be a green light now for possible and
Resolution.
more resolution or reconciliation of the matters. But of course, how that will happen now, where both this side especially
Something has to
is
give.
so loud.
Or what
it's
it would
so
be
loud.
is going to be
It's
is
so
what
loud.
I'm looking out for. Something has to give.
What
And-
is
and-
given
and-
now is the unity of the party. It's the cooperative force
Right.
of one body. That is what is given.
That is it.
And
That
unless
is it.
they decide that they want to move together and work together as one team, it's going to be really difficult. You don't go and fight a major war when you are
Divided.
When you are divided.
This way.
In physical wars, you don't even do that. Then you go and fight people. They say that even if you are living, if you have a community, I mean, historians have shown that whether it's the issue of the Peloponnesian War, whether it's the issue of the First World War, Second World War, if you are not united within, there's no way that infiltration will not lead to collapse.
But then, Vero, there's also another interesting arm now. If Iyorchia Ayu steps down, so who comes in? Bearing in mind that the next person, that's the first deputy national chairman, is from the same zone as the national chairman. So wouldn't that also lead us to the same point? Or would that also lead the party to the same point that there are? You know, this natural
Some people have said that it happened
challenges.
to Ogulafor when Jonathan was president. He stepped down. And
During the
thing
time of
was,
his trial, I think.
Yes. He stepped down. But it's about cooperation. When he stepped down, they got somebody else from the north.
It shouldn't be a difficult task.
Okay,
It
because
shouldn't
if
be
it comes
a
down to the
difficult
same
task.
zone as Iyorchia Ayu, then it
makes no
sounds
sense.
very
It makes
defeatist,
no
you know,
sense,
even
yeah.
though he leaves.
That's why I
But
say
if
you have
there's
to
an
be
understanding,
trust.
So they need
That's it.
to put
Trust
it in
and understanding amongst
That's why
themselves.
right? So they don't shoot
Shouldn't be a
themselves.
challenge. Yes.
said people should, when people make promises, they should keep to the promises. If you are not going to keep to the promise, go and meet them. Oh boy, you know why I can't keep to the promise? Where do we go from here?
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's
easy.
easy.
Yeah, it's not that
It
easy.
should be
Yeah.
that
It should be
easy.
that easy.
But where
But obviously
interest,
it's not. When
but where
interest
interest
comes
are
in,
That's why I
it's
say
not
that
that
the
easy.
original sin is Atiku. When he decided, the what do they call it, the executive was formatted because they wanted a southern president. You know that even the Okowa, who is now the vice presidential candidate, hosted a meeting of governors across parties in the south, saying that the decision was that the next president will come from the south, in Asaba. And Okowa is the turncoat here. And that is because he has already opened, that's why I say, if you open your flanks, the enemy can come in.
All
So
right.
Okowa is the fifth columnist of the southern government.
in this matter.
All right,
All right.
interesting.
We need to move on now to.
But before we
continue.
move on, I just want to say that people should watch in their news what is going on in the Osun governorship tribunal.
Yeah.
Interesting things with great implication for 2023 are happening.
Right.
Revelations are coming. And people should not be surprised when all of this turn out the way they are going to turn out.
Well,
Because I
let's
don't
be
want to.
careful.
We don't want to.
Let's
I
be
don't want
careful.
to.
Yeah,
I don't want
that's
to
why we have
prejudice.
to-
That's why I say
On Monday,
people should watch.
On Monday, we'll get
Absolutely.
to know more on that because
Yeah.
there's supposed to be a ruling
Yeah, they're still
on that
on. Yes,
Yeah.
it's
on
still
Monday.
on,
So
we'll
we'll
know.
wait
That's why I
to
say
see that.
people
So
should
we'll-
watch
we'll-
what
right.
is going on.